The Reggae Boys have made it through to the final round of World Cup qualifying. But boy, oh boy, that game against the British Virgin Islands was very boring.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
They got Gunnaz podcast.
If you are new to the channel, my name is Dicanio, an Arsenal fan who covers everything Reggae Boys and local football. Remember, for everyone who is always here watching these videos, that every single video I do on this channel must get to 200 likes. Just go ahead and smash that like button. Also, a very free way to support the channel is by hitting that subscribe button. So if you love the content, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. Now in this video, I'll be reviewing and previewing firstly the game against British Virgin Islands and as well the game against Guatemala that is set for tomorrow. Now the starting lineup against the British Virgin Islands was not one that I think we were all looking forward to seeing. Obviously, Andre Blake was in goal, Excellent Bikisa. At right back, Damian Lowe, as I all told you, would be starting. Not in the position that we thought he would be starting, though. But Damian Lowe started in the defensive midfield. The centre backs were Holgate and Richard King, and the left back was Greg Lay. We saw Damari Gray playing in the 10 or in the midfield. Warner Brown up top, Kahim Dixon on the right, and Cephas on the left. Now, first of all, guys, this is going to be a mixed review because at one end of the spectrum, we created so many chances we should have won the game by more than 1-0. But then at the end of the day, apart from the chances that we created, it was just a very boring game. Did that have to do with the conditions? The sun was pelting. Also, the pitch was very, very poor. I'm pretty sure our garden pitch is better than the pitch that they had to play on. So I don't know. I don't know what I should take away from that game, other than the fact that they got the job done. It was boring, but sometimes you just have to be boring to get the job done. It seems as if no one left the game injured, right? They won. They got the 3 points. They're on to the next round. So it's job done. Was it exciting? Was it what we wanted to see after the exciting football that we saw in the Unity Cup? No. But they got the job done. If we were to go through and look at individual performances, it was pretty standard throughout. I think it would be harder to select someone who was, or easier to select someone who was below par than someone who was on par or exceptional. I think Kahim Dixon, it wasn't his best game at all. There's a specific ball that Damari Gray thread through for him. His touch was poor, and it just didn't set him up for a right finish. That was his only highlight of the game, to be honest, and I think he was rightfully substituted off for Leon Bailey. Ronaldo Cephas, not a lot, right? Again, I don't know what to take away from this game because there are so many conditions against the team, and they still got a win. Did I like seeing Damian Lowe in the midfield? No, not at all. But again, it's against British Virgin Islands. So to be honest, I don't care. Do I want to see this going forward? Not at all. And I did make mention, for those of you guys that watch every video, I did make mention and give you guys a hint that Damian Lowe will be playing in the central defensive midfield. And we also saw Latibodier come on and play there as well, which I said both of them were backup to Isaac Hayden in the squad that Steve McLaren selected. So, yeah, it just goes to show you. I think Steve McLaren is very readable. He clearly sees Latibodier and Damian Lowe as options in the central defensive midfield role and didn't see the need to carry a Suleiman McCullough or carry another midfielder. Do I want him to be thinking like this going forward? No. But if that's the way that he's thinking, I guess that's just what we have to work with. They all have experience there. As long as they're not starting there, I think we should be good, right? Exceptional performances. I think that would go down to Warner Brown. Very good. Exactly what I asked him to do. Take your chance. You have the shirt. Score the goals. You scored against St. Vincent. No, you score against British Virgin Islands. We need you to score against Guatemala. If you have the shirt, make sure you have scored. That way, no one needs to worry about what will happen when Antonio comes back, right? Make sure you have bag up them team when you get your chances. And he did that. He scored the winning goal of the game. So congrats to Warner Brown. But I think the man of the match for this game would be Damar Gray. He was exceptional. A lot of persons don't like seeing him in the 10, and I don't either. But again, this is British Virgin Islands. So if you want to experiment, this is where you should do it. I still don't want to see him there. I still think Steve McLaren should decide between the three players up top. Because what we realize is when we play against the top teams, this 4-2-3-1 is not going to work. Having an attacking midfielder is not going to work against those top teams. We need a solid midfielder. We need a system that is going to counteract those other teams and their system. Right? So sacrificing a midfielder, a natural midfielder to play Damar Gray in the 10, it's not going to work. We either need for one of the wingers that need to get sacrificed. And that is how I see it. However, it did work in this game. Lower opposition, I have no problem with it. And he created a whole lot of chances. He made the assist for Warner Brown's header from a set piece. He created another chance, or another two chances from set pieces. One went to Jonathan Russell. One went to Damian Lowe in the second half. Right? I think he even created a chance for King as well. I'm not sure. He also created a chance for Romario Campbell, right? Romario Campbell could have scored 2 with chances that Damar Gray created. And he also split that defense splitting pass through for Kahim Dixon. So I think he created a total of 6 chances, 6 or 7 chances in the game that led to direct goal scoring opportunities. And Jamaica only scored 1. So I think we finished the game with a total of 15 shots on goal, 5 shots on target. That just goes to show how clinical the team was, and it could have been completely different, which is what we wanted to see. However, yeah, as I said, it was a professional performance. No one came out injured, and job done. It was very boring though, but job done. Moving on to the game against Guatemala tomorrow, Tuesday, at the National Stadium. Let's go ahead. I want to give you guys my starting lineup. I'm going to go Andre Blake in goal. Dexter Lembikisa right back. Damian Lowe. And again, this is going to be very tricky because he selected Holgate and King. I think he'll stick with Holgate and King. So Holgate and King at centre back. Isaac Hayden, central defensive midfield, if he is still fit. Was he on the bench last game? Because if he didn't start, I think there must have been a reason. See there? Same thing. He was not in the squad. So that would suggest to me that Isaac Hayden is injured. So if Isaac Hayden is injured, we might see Damian Lowe in the midfield again, folks. So I think if that is what is going to happen at the National Stadium, it's going to be a very depressing evening. Because Damian Lowe is not very good on the ball to be treading passes and those stuff. Hopefully he proves me wrong. But yeah, Isaac Hayden wasn't there against British Virgin Islands, which would suggest to me that he picked up an injury. So if he's not going to be available, Damian Lowe will start in the central defensive midfield. I want to see Jonathan Russell and Casey Palmer alongside him. And then up top, I want Cephas on the right. I want Damar Gray on the left and Warner Brown up top. That would be my top 3. Share your thoughts below in the comment section. Let me know what your starting lineup would be. And also your score predictions for the game against Guatemala. As I said, the Reggae Boys are in the final round of World Cup qualifiers that will kick off, I believe, in September. And yeah, it's going to be do or die after that. We'll be talking about that game when it is played. I'll give you my review. I'll also give you my review on the Gold Cup squad, the Gold Cup games that we will be playing this summer. It's going to be a very, very hectic summer for the Reggae Boys. But all eyes are on that game against Guatemala. Thank you guys for watching. Share your thoughts below in the comment section, your starting lineup, and your score prediction. Again, respect for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
They got Gunnaz podcast.